Let's make a delicious and easy creamy chicken pasta with pink sauce. Now for about 2 portions we are using 2 chicken breasts, but if you want to go cheaper you can go with chicken thighs. Now we're gonna cut these into cubes, and when it comes to seasoning, this is what I'm using. Half teaspoon of table salt, a quarter of teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, a good pinch of smoked paprika, and I also want to go in with about 2 tablespoons of oil and a half teaspoon of chili flakes. And I also want to go in with about 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Now mix everything together until the chicken is well coated into that seasoning. Now move this aside and let's prepare the rest of the ingredients. During this time, it will get the chance to absorb some of those flavors from the seasoning. And we've got 1 white onion and 2 cloves of garlic, and we're gonna chop these finely, getting them ready for frying. For the garlic, you can also use a grater if you can't be bothered chopping it up by knife. And we've got here a red pepper, and I'm only gonna use half. We're slicing it first into strips, and after that, going across into cubes. And it can go over the onion and the garlic. Moving on, there is one more thing that I would like to add to this recipe. Well, there are others, but we're gonna add them along the way. So we've got here sun-dried tomatoes. I'm gonna get 3 halves and just chop them finely. I think sun-dried tomatoes in pastas are very underrated because these can bring a really strong and slightly different angled tomato aroma into your dish. And in most situations, these are marinated with herbs and all sorts of spices. Now set the pan on high heat, and to this we're gonna add the chicken when the pan is hot enough. And we don't need any more oil because we added enough oil earlier. Now with the chicken in, we're gonna cook this for 5-7 minutes or until it gets golden brown in color all the way around. Okay, so the chicken is cooked, we're gonna remove it from the heat, but we're gonna keep the same pan because it's got a lot of flavor in here. Reduce the heat to medium, and we're going in with about 50 grams of butter and also all the vegetables and all the ingredients that we prepared earlier. And now we have to cook this for about 5 minutes or until the onion starts becoming translucent. And after about 5 minutes, we're gonna go in with about 1 tablespoon of tomato puree. Mix it in, and we're gonna cook this for a further minute or 2. And now is the time when you can also go in with a bit of seasoning. So we're getting in a good pinch of salt and a good pinch of freshly ground black pepper. And then if you need more, you can adjust at the end. After that, I've got here dairy cream, and we're going in with 250 milliliters. After adding the cream, we can go back in with the chicken, and we're gonna continue cooking this for a further 5 minutes or so, or until the sauce gets slightly thicker. And something that I should have done right from the beginning is use a bigger pan. So we're gonna transfer this to the bigger pan because we wanna get in the pasta now. Now, congratulations for making it till this point. I know making the sauce is really important, and I agree with that. But there are also a few more steps that you need to follow from here on to make sure that you get the most of it out of your pasta dish. Make sure that your pasta is cooked in salty water. That's important because otherwise, it's not gonna taste the same. Another crucial step here is to cook your pasta al dente, which means to bite. So when you bite into it, you still have some sort of texture there. It's not like biting into mashed potatoes. And the third step, which is quite critical in my opinion, keep some of this pasta water because you'll need it to adjust the sauce. Because what we want to do now, add 1 or 2 ladles and cook the pasta into the sauce for further 2-3 minutes. So it gets the chance to absorb some of that sauce. If you're going to do it without the pasta water, obviously your sauce is going to get too thick and it's going to split and everything else, and you don't want that. And this is also the time when we're going in with about 30 grams of grated parmesan. You can also add at the end when you're finishing your dish, but I think it's important to get some of in that creamy sauce. And to finish your dish, you can add in some fresh parsley and you can serve it immediately. And if you enjoyed this recipe, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more simple recipes like this.